At the end of 2016, we established the Lisk Foundation in Switzerland, which allowed us to move on with the project, and that's why we also created the Lightcurve GmbH here in Berlin in order to employ a full team of experts and talents from all over the world.
In the beginning of this year, we were only a few developers, and since then we scaled quite dramatically.
We grew from 3 people to over 30, and this includes a front-end development team, a back-end development team, a science team, a marketing team and an operations team. Our current office space is just too small. That's why we are soon moving to a new office in the center of Berlin, in the middle of the business district, which will have enough space to sustain twice as many people as we currently can. In May, we are already moving to another office which will sustain 160 people to work full-time on the Lisk project.
In the beginning, Lisk core development was largely handled by myself and a few other developers. Now, in order to scale past those limitations, we needed to hire a lot of people to help with development. And so this year, I largely stepped back from my product lead position of Lisk Core in order to help with the hiring process. And now that we've achieved our objectives in terms of team size, I've now stepped back into that role very firmly.
At the beginning of this year, Twitter just consisted of a few thousand followers. And now we have over 110,000 followers active who are following all our news about Lisk. On Reddit, I remember back in the day, early 2017, we just had a few hundred subscribers checking in a few times a day. We have now over 20,000 subscribers which are tuning in daily. It's really cool to see that there are always a few thousand members online, and this just showed how much we grew alone this year. We are now active on 12 online social media channels, and we estimate that our community grew to 150,000 followers today. We created a meetup culture which led to 21 meetups organized all over the world in 2017 alone. We here in Berlin organized additionally 6 meetups in order to sophisticate a great Lisk community in the capital of startups in Europe. With a growing team, we have traveled to North America, Europe and Asia in order to promote and market the Lisk project. One of the highlights were definitely our Lisk Asia Tour, in which we traveled to China, Korea, Japan and India.
가상화폐 프로젝트인 리스크의 CEO, Max Kordek입니다.
Hello, my name is Max Kordek, founder of Lisk and the Lisk Foundation.
We organized a meetup in every country we visited. However, in Japan, we actually needed 2 of those because the interest was just so high. Our community is growing so big, and especially our meetups are becoming bigger and bigger, that we need more focus on our events we organize. That's why, coming into the new year, we're gonna have a distinctive set of new events planned for beginners, entrepreneurs and developers, so that we can go deeper into the different topics and concentrate more on what is important for these distinctive user groups. Next year we will visit Consensus in New York City again, this time with a booth and many more people from the team. The media is now also interested more and more into the Lisk project. That's why we were covered on major media news outlets this year like Nasdaq, CNBC, Forbes, TechCrunch, Hacked, CoinTelegraph and many more.
Since I've put myself back in the driving seat, development progress towards our 1.0 milestone has moved swiftly, forward. As new developers have been added to the team, one thing that I've noticed is that with everyone, no matter their experience level, it's taking at least 1 or 2 months for them to really get fully onboarded and productive. But once that an individual has passed that breaking point, they are then able to contribute far more efficiently to the project. What we're seeing now is the result of the team coming together and gelling towards this common goal of what we're trying to achieve here.
As we move on with the Lisk project, its complexity also grows.
With that in mind, we decided to build a science team.
Experts in cryptography and mathematics to join our team in order to ensure that everything runs as it should be. It also gives us the confidence into the code we are writing here every day. Another important factor is documentation and technical descriptions in order to make sure that developers who later build on our project always know how to proceed.
The first objectives of the new science team are to implement a new address system, a dynamic fee system, and also audit various parts of the existing protocol so that we can, evolve them into a much better place.
First member of our science team is a cryptographer called Iker. He joined just a few weeks ago and kicks off our science team, which will grow to 5 people in total in 2018.
One of the objectives of 1.0 milestone was to replace the current transport layer with a socket-based protocol. And we were researching the various open source libraries available, and we came across one particular one, Socket Cluster. This came across as the strongest choice to go with, in terms of libraries. So we decided to actually sponsor the project, and that has led on to developing a relationship with the author of Socket Cluster, John. And he's now working for us full-time as a back-end engineer. He's a really great asset to the team, and it certainly gives us a lot of confidence having the author of this library within the team.
Even though 2017 was a year of preparation, it was already crazy and moving so fast. We were visiting conferences one after another. We were pushing out our software products one after another as well. We introduced even new products just like Lisk-JS and Lisk Nano.
Besides the Lisk Core, Lisk-JS and Lisky, we've done a lot of work towards evolving Lisk Nano into a feature-complete user interface. Additionally, one of the key things that we'll be working on next year is the modularization of the Lisk Core.
2017 was a year of preparation, a year of scaling up the Lisk team for us to go with full force, with full power into 2018. Everything will kickstart with our relaunch event on the 20th February, but thanks to our expanding engineering team, later this year we will see the first Lisk blockchain applications coming to life.
So looking back over this past year, one thing that really comes to mind is how proud I am actually to work alongside such talented individuals. For that reason alone, I'm very much looking forward to what we can achieve going into 2018.
For us, this is just the beginning. 2018 will be even more crazy and even more amazing. 2017 has been a great journey for us here at the Lisk HQ. We now step back to spend some time with our friends and family and are looking forward to come back next year.
A big thanks to our community for the ongoing support. We and the whole Lisk team wish you a happy holidays and a happy new year.
See you in January.